My name is Clive Young.
And I'm Natasha Perovic.
So, Natasha, why did we do this project in the first place?
Well, we started with ABC at UCL in 2015 and took it to a few other universities. It worked well at UCL, it worked well at other universities. And at that point, more people were using it, but they asked us, do we have any evaluation? Then we got a grant from HEFCE, Higher Education Funding Council for England, for 18 months to evaluate ABC and see how it works and what are the good things of the workshop. So as a result of that project, we produced a toolkit, which is available online. It was released under Creative Commons license. And what we found is that people like the ABC workshop a lot. However, the question remained, what happens after the workshop? How these beautiful designs change student experience? Do they change student experience, student learning journey? And what happens? How do we move from the nice paper design into the virtual learning environment? So we started, we found more friends from different countries, 12 of them actually, and we decided to try across these 12 countries in different institutions to see what happens after the workshop. Therefore, this project, Erasmus Plus ABCtoVLE, beyond curriculum design.
Yeah, so yes, so we this has been a really interesting project for us. It's been really good. It's given us a sort of chance to focus on the development of ABC. I think we've done a lot of workshops in UCL, which we would have done anyway, but it made us think a little bit more about what we're actually doing and why. And the chance to work with these great colleagues across Europe who were at different stages in using ABC. Some were quite experienced, some were new to it, and it gives a chance to think about how the whole method can be localized in other universities. I think when we started, we thought our method was the best, what's called the classic or the base version. Ours was great, but seeing other people using it and adapting it to the local circumstances, we realized that actually localization was the key, and how you take this sort of general method and sort of adapt it and adopt it for the local circumstances and cultures was really important. And of course, we learned then from that, and then we could bring that back into our own workshops and the other workshops that we did. So we feel we made a kind of a lot of advance for that. And of course, the end point of the current project is to produce a second version of the toolkit. But what kind of overtook all that really was this early part of 2020 was COVID, and we were just at kind of an end point of the project, and we were just about to write stuff up when we were all thrown into this sort of new circumstances. And what was really nice is that people looked at ABC right across, not outside the project, really across Europe and elsewhere. They said, well, how could we use ABC to help us to get our teachers through this crisis and help to think about the redesign the courses in a kind of sensible and systematic way. So the last few weeks, maybe a month or so, we've been talking a lot about online versions. And people have been great. They've been experimenting with all sorts of things. We've done a webinar on it, and we'll probably do another one in the near future. And that will then become part of our toolkit as well. So we'll get a chance to see what you can do online. Because remember, the whole point of the original ABC was this kind of dynamic face-to-face activity. Can this be replicated online, or can parts of it be replicated online? So, so really kind of nice thing about that is we realised that the ABC has become this kind of big conversation. Remember the theory, the pedagogical theory behind ABC is a conversational framework from Professor Diana Laurillard. And actually the operationalization of ABC and the building of the community has become another big conversation, of which we're all contributing to that and moving the whole thing forward. So what are we going to do next with it, Natasha? What do you think?
We started communities in many countries. Wherever we went, there were communities, and we have a big community on our org website, abcld.org, and almost every single one of our project partners for this Erasmus Plus project have started communities in their countries. So we'll try to keep these networks going and to share different developments that might happen in future.